You've heard of carb loading, right? It's this magical thing you do before a race to fill up your energy tank. But what does it really mean? A lot of people think it's just a big bowl of pasta the night before the race, and that's not necessarily wrong. But let's look at the science before I break down how I'm going to be tackling it. During a marathon, your body's most efficient and effective source of energy is glycogen, a form of stored carbohydrates found in your muscles and your liver. Without enough glycogen, you're going to experience what's known as hitting the wall, a real dip in performance when your body has to then rely upon slower and less efficient sources of energy. While you can take on some carbohydrates during the race, your digestive system just can't take on enough to meet the demands of running for several hours. Therefore, carb loading is a way to supersaturate your glycogen stores, providing a fuel reserve that can't be created or recreated through in-race fueling alone. So, back to our pasta party. Modern research shows that to really max out your glycogen stores, you need to take a more strategic approach. The latest science says that whilst you can carb load for just one day before, the most effective route is to carb load for 3 days in the run-up to the race. A lot of carbs every day. Research suggests that the ideal amount is between 8 and 12 grams of carbohydrates for every kilo of body weight. Now, for a typical athlete, that can look up to 850, maybe even more grams of carbs per day. So, what does that look like on your plate? Well, you need to be strategic. I'll be aiming for 700 grams of carbs, so I want to choose foods with a high percentage of carbs. Whilst potatoes are indeed a source of carbs, they're only 25%. That means I'd need to eat almost 3 kilos of potatoes a day. Now, I like potatoes, but I'm not sure my stomach could handle that. So I'll be focusing on 4 key sources: oats, pasta, sweets, and carb drink. I'll put the exact numbers on screen, but each of these have between 60 and 90% carbs, so I'm really wasting very little space with anything else. I'll be having the oats for breakfast, the pasta across lunch and dinner, and I'll snack on the sweets throughout the day, about 1 litre of liquid that I'll take on top of water throughout the day. Of course, I won't just be having these all by themselves, but I'm going to have to be careful what I add to them. The key is to choose foods that are low in fiber, easy to digest, and also low in fats and proteins in the 24 to 48 hours leading up to the race. This helps prevent any stomach issues on race day. No, my plate is not going to look like a beautiful balance of fruit and veg, fats and proteins, but this is a short-term strategy to achieve a fitness goal, that elusive sub 3 hour time. So remember, successfully carb loading isn't about one meal. It's a strategy across 3 days to make sure you have enough energy stores to keep you going and finishing strong on race day. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. The race is next weekend, and that's when we're going to be racing for sub 3.